The Muslim Millionaire Blueprint: How Islamic Principles Create Lasting Wealth. Introduction. The counterintuitive path to riches. What if I told you that following religious principles could make you wealthier than following pure business strategies? That sounds backwards, doesn't it? In our culture, we're taught that success requires compromise, that nice guys finish last, and that you have to choose between doing good and doing well. But there's a secret that over 1 billion people know, yet most entrepreneurs completely ignore. Islamic principles aren't obstacles to wealth, they're accelerators that create sustainable competitive advantages. Let me share a story that will change how you think about success forever. In 2005, a Turkish immigrant named Hamdi Ulukaya was considering buying a failing yogurt factory with money he didn't really have. After months of preparation, he went to his local mosque, made his prayers, and said simply, "Allah, I've done everything I can. The rest is up to you." That decision, made with complete preparation and complete trust, turned into Chobani, a company worth over $2 billion today. This wasn't luck. This was the power of combining maximum effort with spiritual principles, and it's about to become your secret weapon for building extraordinary wealth. Chapter 1: The Clean Mind Advantage. Here's your first competitive edge. While your competitors are clouding their judgment with alcohol and poor lifestyle choices, you're operating with crystal clear thinking. Think about it this way. Your brain is like a high-performance race car. When you avoid alcohol and other toxins, you're giving your brain premium fuel while your competitors are running on cheap gas. Science backs this up. Research shows that people who avoid alcohol have 23% better memory function, 15% faster decision-making ability, and 30% better sleep quality. These aren't just random numbers, they translate directly into business advantages. I know a Muslim business owner who was in a crucial investor meeting. While everyone else went for drinks afterward and got tipsy, he stayed sharp. He picked up on subtle hints about what the investors really wanted, information his competitors completely missed. That one evening gave him the edge to structure his pitch perfectly. He got the investment. His competitors didn't. The beautiful thing about following Islamic principles is you get these advantages automatically. You're not trying to optimize your life for success. You're just following your faith. But the side effect is that you become a better entrepreneur and decision maker. Chapter 2: The 5 times Daily Success System. What if I told you that you already have access to the most powerful productivity system ever created, and you can use it 5 times a day for free? As a Muslim, you already have this system. It's called the 5 Daily Prayers, and it's not just about connecting with Allah, it's also the most sophisticated training program for success that has ever existed. Think about what's really happening when you pray 5 times a day. Fajr gives you the early bird advantage. Successful people like Tim Cook start their day at 3:45 a.m. because the early morning hours are when your mind is clearest and most focused. Dhuhr provides a midday reset. Research shows that people who take regular breaks are 23% more productive than those who power through without stopping. ASR delivers an afternoon power boost, naturally restoring your mental energy when most people crash. Maghrib creates intentional transition time, helping you shift from work to personal life with purpose. Isha gives you closure and reflection, preparing your mind for restorative sleep. You're essentially dividing your day into focused work sessions with built-in performance reviews. It's like having a board meeting with yourself 5 times a day, making sure you stay on track with your goals and values. Chapter 3: The Anti-Gambling Investment Strategy. Here's something that might blow your mind. The Islamic rule against gambling isn't just about protecting your money, it's actually training you to become a superior investor. While everyone else is making emotional, get-rich-quick decisions, you're developing the exact mindset that creates real, lasting wealth. Think of it like learning to drive. While everyone else is learning on a racetrack with no rules, you're learning on city streets with traffic lights and clear guidelines. Who becomes the better, safer driver? Let me break down the difference. Gambling thinking is based on luck and chance, with no control over outcomes, designed to favor the house, focused on instant gratification and driven by emotions. Islamic investment thinking is based on research and analysis, where you can influence outcomes, designed to create value, focused on long-term wealth, and guided by rational decisions. Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett's mentor, built his fortune by developing systematic approaches that removed emotion from investment decisions. Sound familiar? That's exactly what Islam teaches you to do. The paradox most people don't understand: The fastest way to get rich is to stop trying to get rich quickly. Your Islamic training automatically steers you away from get-rich-quick traps while others waste time and money on schemes that make someone else rich. Chapter 4. The Humility Superpower. Here's something that might shock you. Most of the world's most successful business leaders are actually humble people. Not fake humility, but real, genuine humility. I know what you're thinking. Don't you need a big ego to succeed in business? That's what movies want you to believe. But it's completely wrong. The real world works differently. Humble entrepreneurs keep learning, keep improving, and keep building better relationships. Ego-driven ones stay stuck because their pride won't let them admit when they're wrong or learn from others. Take Satya Nadella. When he became CEO of Microsoft, instead of coming in with a big ego, he embraced what he calls learn-it-all versus know-it-all culture. Under his humble leadership, Microsoft's value increased by over 500%. Humility creates several business superpowers. Trust magnetism. Nothing builds trust faster than genuine humility. When someone is humble, you instinctively trust them more because they don't have hidden agendas. The listening advantage. The person who listens the most usually wins the deal, gets the best information, and builds the strongest relationships. Learning acceleration. Humble people are learning machines because they're not embarrassed to admit they don't know something. As a Muslim, you're already practicing humility multiple ways. Prostrating 5 times a day reminds you that you're not the center of the universe. This regular practice is like going to the gym for your character. Chapter 5. Honesty as your ultimate business strategy. Let me tell you something that might sound crazy. Being brutally honest isn't just the right thing to do. It's the smartest business move you'll ever make. While your competitors are building their businesses on shaky foundations of half-truths and empty promises, you're building yours on solid rock. And when storms come, guess whose business is still standing? In Islam, we have the concept of sidq, truthfulness that goes beyond just not lying. It's about being authentic, genuine, and consistent in everything you do. Consider this story. A Muslim merchant was selling cloth when a customer offered to pay double the quoted price, thinking he was in a different shop. Most people would have taken the extra money, but this merchant said, "Wait, you're offering too much. The real price is half of what you offered." The customer was stunned. He'd never experienced such honesty. From that day forward, he became a loyal customer and told everyone he knew about this incredible merchant. Here's something most business books won't tell you. Dishonesty is expensive. Really expensive. When you lie to customers, you have to remember what you lied about, train employees to maintain the same lies, and constantly look over your shoulder waiting for the truth to catch up. Honest businesses attract honest customers. Ethical companies attract ethical employees. Trustworthy leaders attract trustworthy partners. It's like planting a tree. The person who plants quick-growing weeds might see results faster, but the person who plants an oak tree will eventually have something magnificent that lasts for generations. Chapter 6. Building Your Trust Empire. What if I told you that the most powerful business card isn't made of paper, costs nothing to print, but opens more doors than any fancy title ever could? That business card is your reputation for trustworthiness. In Arabic, we call this amana, being completely reliable, someone people can count on no matter what. Before Prophet Muhammad became a prophet, he was known throughout Mecca as Alayman the Trustworthy. People trusted him with their money and business dealings because his honesty was legendary. This reputation opened doors that no amount of money could buy. Think of trustworthiness like compound interest for relationships. Every time you keep a promise, deliver on time, or handle someone's interests as carefully as your own, you're making a deposit in your trust account. At first, the returns seem small. Someone recommends you to a friend. You get invited to a meeting. Someone gives you a shot at a project. But over time, those deposits compound. The friend of a friend becomes a major client. The meeting leads to a partnership. The project becomes career-defining. Warren Buffett once completed a $1 billion acquisition with just a handshake. The seller said, "I knew if Warren Buffett shook my hand and gave me his word, that was better than any contract any lawyer could write." That's what decades of trustworthiness can do for your business. Chapter 7. The Justice Advantage. Here's a revolutionary thought. Being fair to everyone, your employees, customers, suppliers, even your competitors, is actually the most profitable business strategy you could ever adopt. In Islam, we call this principle ADL, justice or fairness. It's about understanding a fundamental truth. Unfair businesses don't last, but fair businesses compound their success over decades. Southwest Airlines built their entire business model on fairness. No hidden fees, no bait-and-switch tactics, no treating customers like cattle. The result? Southwest has been profitable for 47 consecutive years in an industry where most airlines struggle to make money. Here's the hidden truth. Unfairness is like borrowing against your future success with brutal interest rates. When you underpay employees, you get high turnover and training costs. When you shortchange customers, you lose their trust forever. When you squeeze suppliers unfairly, they'll find ways to cut corners. But when you treat everyone justly, something magical happens. Your customers become loyal because you genuinely care about their success. Your employees become passionate because they feel part of something meaningful. Your suppliers become partners because you help them grow too. Your community becomes supportive because you contribute to their well-being. It's about playing the long game in a world where too many people are focused on short-term gains. Chapter 8. The Ultimate Risk Management System. Picture this. You're about to make the biggest business decision of your life. You've done all the research, run the numbers, consulted experts, but there's still that knot in your stomach. What do you do? In Islam, we call this tawakkul, the principle of relying on Allah after you've done everything humanly possible. It's about to become your secret weapon for fearless entrepreneurship. Tawakkul teaches you to prepare thoroughly, then trust completely, to do your absolute best, then release attachment to results you can't control. The Arabic word comes from the root meaning to delegate. You've done your part, now you delegate the outcome to Allah. This isn't passivity, it's the ultimate act of faith. You work harder than everyone else, then worry less than everyone else. Here's what's fascinating. When you stop being desperate for specific outcomes, you actually become more likely to achieve them. Desperation is repulsive in business. When you practice tawakkul, you develop non-attachment. You care deeply about doing excellent work, but you're not desperate for any particular result. This creates several advantages. Your thinking becomes clearer because you're not clouded by desperation. Your negotiations improve because you can walk away from bad deals. Your creativity increases because you're not worried about failure. Your presence becomes powerful because people are drawn to confident but not needy individuals. Chapter 9. Programming Your Mind for Abundance. What if some of the most successful entrepreneurs start every day with a practice that costs nothing, takes less than 5 minutes, but has the power to transform your entire business? That practice is gratitude. In Islam, we call this shukr, a deep, transformative gratitude that goes beyond just saying thank you. Mark Benioff built Salesforce into a $250 billion company by making gratitude central to his business philosophy. He regularly expresses public gratitude for his team's contributions and views business challenges as opportunities to be grateful for growth. Scientists have discovered that gratitude literally rewires your brain. When you regularly practice gratitude, your brain forms new neural pathways that make you naturally more optimistic, creative, and resilient. In scarcity mode, your brain constantly scans for threats and problems, but in abundance mode, your brain becomes an opportunity-spotting machine. You notice possibilities others miss, see solutions where others see problems, and build relationships where others see competition. Muslims have a powerful tool, the phrase Alhamdulillah, all praise belongs to Allah. When you say this throughout the day, you're training your brain to find something to be grateful for, no matter the circumstances. This practice creates what psychologists call post-traumatic growth, the ability to become stronger because of challenges, not in spite of them. Chapter 10. The Daily Discipline System. What if some of the most successful people in history had a daily routine that took less than an hour, but gave them an unfair advantage over everyone else? That routine is the daily practice of Islam. Every Islamic practice builds wealth-building discipline. The 5 daily prayers are like making deposits in your willpower bank account. When you commit to praying 5 times a day no matter what's happening in your business, you're training your brain to prioritize long-term commitments over short-term convenience. Regular charitable giving rewires your brain for abundance. When you give money away regularly, you're training your subconscious mind to believe that money flows to you easily and abundantly. Early morning prayer claims the most productive hours of the day. Successful entrepreneurs have discovered this secret independently, but Muslims have been doing this for 1400 years. Ramadan is like Navy SEAL training for your willpower. For 30 days, You voluntarily give up food and water from sunrise to sunset while maintaining regular work schedules. If that's not a masterclass in willpower, I don't know what is. The beautiful thing about Islamic practices, they're not just building discipline, they're building character, purpose, and connection to something greater than yourself. That combination is unstoppable. Chapter 11. Building Your Business Brotherhood. What if the most powerful business strategy ever created wasn't invented in Silicon Valley, wasn't taught at Harvard Business School, and wasn't developed by some genius entrepreneur? That strategy is Ummah, the Islamic concept of community and brotherhood. While everyone else is fighting for their piece of the pie, you'll be creating bigger pies for everyone. Reid Hoffman built LinkedIn on a simple insight: helping others succeed is the fastest path to your own success. Before LinkedIn, he spent years genuinely helping other entrepreneurs. When he launched LinkedIn, those same people became his first users, investors, and champions. The Islamic Brotherhood business model changes everything. When you truly see other people as family, you stop asking, "What can I get from this person?" and start asking, "How can I help this person succeed?" This creates several powerful effects. Trustworthy people attract other trustworthy people. When you're genuinely grateful for people in your business life, they feel it and respond to it. Your reputation for helping others creates a network effect that multiplies opportunities. You build relationships for decades, not just transactions. When you treat people like family, they treat your success like family business, something they're personally invested in. Chapter 12. The Strategic Giving System. Here's something that sounds completely backwards. John D. Rockefeller said the secret to building lasting wealth is give away your first dollar before you earn your second. Everyone thought he was crazy. But Rockefeller understood something profound. Systematic giving doesn't deplete wealth. It creates the mindset, relationships, and opportunities that multiply wealth exponentially. Muslims have known this secret for over 1400 years. We call it zakat. And it's not just charity. It's a wealth circulation system that creates abundance. When you give systematically, several powerful things happen. Your brain learns that money flows to you easily and continuously. You develop abundance neural pathways instead of scarcity thinking. You connect with networks of other successful, generous people. You build reputation that attracts partnerships and opportunities. Zakat isn't just a religious obligation, it's a psychological tool that programs your mind for the kind of thinking that creates wealth naturally. The Islamic giving system operates on the principle that when you honor Allah's rights in your wealth, He opens doors that your efforts alone could never open. Chapter 13. Your Halal Investment Strategy. Here's something that will blow your mind. Charlie Munger has been following investment principles remarkably similar to Islamic finance, without even knowing it. Consider Munger's core philosophy. Avoid businesses built on excessive debt, focus on companies with sustainable advantages, stay away from financial engineering, invest in businesses that solve real problems, and maintain what he calls elementary worldly wisdom. Now look at Islamic investment principles. Avoid excessive debt and speculation, focus on companies with solid fundamentals, avoid financial products that create artificial complexity, invest only in businesses that benefit society, and prioritize wisdom-based decision-making. The global Islamic finance industry is worth over $2 trillion and growing faster than conventional finance. These aren't just religious rules, they're wealth-building strategies that have stood the test of time. Islamic investment screening protects you from systematic risks that repeatedly destroy wealth. You avoid over-leveraged financial institutions, speculative bubbles, and industries that face increasing social pressure and regulatory scrutiny. When you invest the Islamic way, you're not limiting your options, you're following a blueprint for sustainable success that even the most rational investors would approve of. Chapter 14. Building Your Islamic Business Empire. What if following your grandmother's advice about treating people with dignity and respect was actually the most sophisticated business strategy? That's exactly how Satya Nadella transformed Microsoft from a declining tech giant into a trillion-dollar powerhouse. He replaced the company's win-at-all-costs culture with empathy and inclusion, principles his grandmother taught him. Islamic business principles aren't ancient restrictions on modern commerce, they're timeless strategies for building companies that thrive in any era. Complete honesty in all communications. Fair treatment of all stakeholders. Striving for excellence in products and services. Responsible management of resources. Prioritizing benefit over pure profit extraction. When you build businesses on Islamic foundations, you don't constrain your success, you unlock sustainable competitive advantages that sophisticated competitors struggle to replicate. The most profitable businesses don't just serve customers, they strengthen entire communities. And when you strengthen communities, communities support your long-term success. Conclusion: your wealth-building journey starts now. The path we've traveled together isn't just about building wealth, it's about building a life of meaning, purpose, and sustainable success that aligns with your deepest values. You now possess something incredibly powerful: the knowledge that your Islamic faith isn't an obstacle to business success, it's your ultimate competitive advantage. Every prayer builds your discipline. Every act of charity expands your abundance mindset. Every moment of humility creates stronger relationships. Every display of honesty builds unshakable trust. Every practice of patience compounds your long-term thinking. You're not choosing between faith and finance. You're integrating them into a powerful system for creating wealth that benefits both this world and the next. The principles in this book aren't just theories, they're time-tested strategies used by successful Muslims for over 1400 years. Now it's your turn to apply them and create your own legacy of ethical success. Remember, in a world full of people cutting corners, you'll succeed through integrity. In a marketplace driven by greed, you'll prosper through generosity. In an economy based on fear, you'll thrive through trust in Allah's plan. Your journey to Islamic wealth building starts today. Start with one principle. Start with one practice. Start with one decision to align your business with your beliefs. The world needs more entrepreneurs who understand that true success comes not from what you can take, but from what you can give. Not from who you can defeat, but from who you can serve. Not from how much you can accumulate, but from how much you can contribute. That entrepreneur is you. That time is now. That wealth is waiting. Bismillah. In the name of Allah, begin.